incident really, I want to say, woke us up. We were aware of what was going on, but we're now knowing that we have a problem that we need to address as a community. She's so fine. Blows my mind.
What's good, guys? This story is coming out of St. Petersburg, Florida, and I want to thank my subscriber D. Walsh for sending it to me. Greatly appreciate you. I've been having some angels around me sending me these stories. Thank you, guys. Man arrested in fatal shooting of Florida mom who shielded her baby from gunfire. Florida police have made an arrest in the fatal shooting of a young Florida mother who was killed while riding in a car with her 1-year-old baby girl in her arms and her 2-year-old daughter in the back seat.
Family members of a young mother killed in front of her 2 children spoke today for the first time, begging for answers. K'Mia Simmons was shot protecting her baby in her arms when the car that she was riding in was ambushed. Let's go out to Fox 13's Dan Maddox, who spoke to the family this afternoon. Dan, I can only imagine what they've been going through. I know it's been an emotional couple of days for them. How are they holding up?
Well, they were in tears today when they spoke, but, they felt it was important to get the message out there, to get the word out there. They say that their daughter, she was not out on the street. She didn't cause anybody any trouble, and she certainly did not deserve what happened. It took incredible strength for this family to find the composure to speak out on Thursday, pleading for answers.
So please, come forward.
Tuesday evening, K'Mia Simmons and her 2 children were riding in a car with her boyfriend when a gunman in another car ambushed them in the 1800 block of 22nd Street South. Investigators say the driver, her boyfriend, was the target, but K'Mia was hit. The gunfire narrowly missed her 2-year-old in the back seat. Her mother says K'Mia used her body as a shield to protect her 1-year-old sitting in her lap. The kids weren't hit, but their mother later died at a hospital.
When all of that took place, she was a real mom. She covered her baby with her body to make sure that nothing happened to her baby. So I'm begging you all, I'm pleading with you all to please come forward.
Detectives say they have few leads on who the gunman might be, and they really need the community's help. They also want to talk to her boyfriend, Parise Lovett, the father of her kids, and the target. After the shooting, he grabbed the kids, left K'Mia to die, and dropped the babies off at a family member's house, and now no one can reach him.
You're not a man, you're a coward. Because any real man, you wouldn't have left my sister to die on the streets.
Parise Lovett Jr., you know who did this. You know you need to come forward because you say you love her. If you love her like you say you do, you need to come forward. They don't care about anything, what's going on with you. They don't care. They just want to know what went on.
They say it's by the grace of God. No one else in the back of that Volvo was physically hurt. But they say the emotional scars in the children are already there, even at such a young age.
We can't even get our 1-year-old niece to bed or nap. She cries for hours for her mom. Y'all don't know what y'all took from us.
Police say that someone has to know something. They're asking anyone with information to please give Crime Stoppers a call, and they want to make it very clear you can do so anonymously. And Mark, there's also a cash reward, $5,000 for information on who catches this killer. Back to you.
Certainly sounds like the way that they're talking, they know there were other people around who may have witnessed this and who may have recognized somebody. So let's hope they come forward for sure. Dan Maddox tonight at downtown St. Pete.
St. Petersburg Police Department announced the arrest Wednesday of 20-year-old Tyron Jackasol in connection with the death of aspiring nurse K'Mia Simmons, who was shot on March the 30th.
I don't know enough about that because I don't know if because it was over a robbery. So what was that robbery? You want to say it's gang related? I'll let you say it's gang related. I'm just going to say that it's linked to 2 people having a beef. They're both from different parts of town, so to speak. They're both. I don't know if the other person was a gang member. I know Jackasol is a gang member. So again, it's a beef.
There's Mr. Jackassel have any remorse about what was done here? Does he understand the gravity that he was shooting? I mean, that's bad enough, but then he goes and takes an innocent person's life. Does he understand? Has he made any indication that he understands the gravity of what he's done?
I can answer to that question because I know the detectives have spoken to him, but I don't know exactly what he told city detective. And that's a great question you ask. You got to realize that over a piece of property, he killed a mother, an aunt, a sister, and he almost killed 2 babies for what? A piece of jewelry. So think about that. You asked a great question. He was killing someone over a piece of property, or since he killed someone and endangered 2 babies, a 2 and a 4-year-old.
Police say Jackassel was already in custody facing a robbery charge. Simmons, 21, was a passenger seat of a car driven by a man when she was shot by someone firing from another car, police said. Simmons' 2 daughters were not injured, though the toddler in the back seat almost got shot, Chief Anthony Holloway said at a press conference on March the 31st.
It's time for people to put the guns down and to have a conversation. There's always going to be some type of conflict, but you can't end these conflicts by saying, I'm going to go home and get my gun and I'm going to shoot you because you took a piece of property from me, or I don't like what you said that day. So again, none of these shouldn't say random. None of these shootings are random. There are people that are targeting other people. But this one, he targeted one person and he shot someone else. And that just shows you what we keep talking about. Once that bullet leaves the gun, it doesn't have a name to it. So you think that you're shooting at me because you got to beef me. You're shooting at someone else. And like I said, I still think about what the detective told me. He shot into a car and there were 2 babies in the car. He could have killed these 2 babies over what? And let's think about that. Over what? Those 2 kids lost their mother. Over what?
One of the bullets, quote, went right through the booster seat, so it was probably the position of the baby. That's the only reason why that baby is alive today, end quote, Holloway said. Simmons was rushed to a local hospital where she later died. Holloway says Simmons was not the intended target and that the shooter was after the driver. The driver is the father of one of Simmons' children, her family told Fox 13 Tampa Bay. Holloway said the driver fled the scene with the 2 children, taking them to Simmons' family and leaving Simmons alone in the car. During a press conference a few days after her death, Simmons' mother, Linda, said her daughter was studying to become a nurse and planned to become a gynecologist and open up a practice with one of her older sisters.
My name is LaShawn. I'm K'Mia's oldest sister. I'm the oldest of the 7. My mom gave birth to her. She did. I named her. My mom, I have a daughter close in her age. They were so close, they were raised like sisters. They're so close that my 1-year-old niece, she's clinging to my daughter like that's her mom. My sister breastfed her kids. We can't even get our 1-year-old niece to bed or nap. She cries for hours for her mom. Y'all don't know what y'all took from us. PJ, you got a mom, you got a dad, and you shouldn't let my mom suffer and hurt to know that it's because of you. Someone took my baby sister from us. You know who you wronged, you know who you hurt, and you know what you did. You're not a man, you're a coward. Because any real man, you wouldn't have left my sister to die on the streets because of you. And even if you was coward enough to leave her, you would have at least manned up and came and let them know exactly what went on. You got your daughter. Let me let you know about your daughter. Promise, your baby. She cries 10, 11 hours straight. We can't even get her to sleep. We can't get her to eat. We barely get her to drink. That's it. Only thing we can get her to drink is Capri Suns every now and again. We give her Motrin. We give her melatonin. Nothing works. Because she's yearning and missing her mom. And to the people that's watching that took her away from us because y'all were too coward enough to face him and only him. You had to wait and do that at a light and broad day. You seen my sister in that car. You didn't care because you were a coward. And you got family. You got a mom. Whoever took my sister from us, y'all got a mom. Y'all got sisters. Y'all got a family. If it was y'all family, y'all would want someone to come forward and speak for justice for y'all family. So we asking for the same thing for ours.
I just want everybody to know, like, how this have affected our family. It's not just us that we gotta be strong for my mom, but we gotta be strong for these kids. My little niece, I was in the store with her yesterday because I had to go and go get her shoes.
Come on.
Because her stuff wasn't, I guess when we got them, they didn't have their stuff. And what she told me, she said, "Titi, my mommy in the hospital. My mommy dead." And this is something that she had to watch. So we ask in the community, whatever y'all know, if y'all don't like nobody that y'all see, whatever, think about those kids. Think about what this effect that is going to bring towards them. My one little niece, like, she's crying. She won't go to nobody. Like, we have to rock her to sleep. We're trying to get her to eat. It's the same thing. We got to think about them. What is going to affect to them. K'Mia didn't bother with nobody. K'Mia wasn't out here in the streets. She just ended up with the wrong person.
The family of K'Mia Simmons held a balloon release in her honor. And the family gave her a proper burial and funeral.
People who knew her are painting a picture of the kind young woman she was, full of love for her children and had her own goals for the future. Now, a horse-drawn carriage and a large procession of friends and family made their way to the New Pleasant Grove Baptist Church in South St. Petersburg. Along with loved ones here, K'Mia leaves behind a mother, sister, and 2 children. Police do not believe she was the intended target of that shooting.
She wanted to be an OBGYN, like we wanted to be as well. And she lit up the room. She was an amazing young lady. She was definitely going to be something special, and it really breaks her heart if she's not here and we can't see her.
Again, just an incredibly heartbreaking day for everybody who knew and loved her so much. We're going to have more for you later on in our newscast. In St. Petersburg, Elise Underwood, Spectrum Bay News 9.
This was an absolutely senseless crime. And the way it went down with her boyfriend, how he left her there and took the kids to her people and just let her die in the car alone. I thought that was terrible. You could have at least called 911. So I totally understand why the family continued to call him a coward. And it took him 8 days to come to the police station. I mean, that's pretty sad. But I feel so sorry for these 2 children that were obviously very, very close with their mother, being that they were 1 and 2 years old. And I feel so bad for the family. So my deepest condolences go out to the family and friends of K'Mia Simmons. And I'm going to end the video on that note. Thanks for watching, guys.